Hello guys, what's up? It's Cam here. Welcome to True Connection. Get yourself a hot drink or something nice to refresh yourself with, and let's talk about the topic for today. So today I want to talk about something very important, something which I think is crucial if you want to have true connection with the opposite sex, with women, in whatever kind of way you see fit. Um, and it can sound a bit corny. It's the idea of knowing what you want. I don't believe you can truly connect with the right people or one person if you don't know what you want. If you don't know what you want, okay, what can happen is you can end up around people, okay, say guys, girls, whatever, you can end up around people and it can seem to work a little bit. It could even work well for a long period, right? But there's always going to be a sense of it not being chosen and a sense of it kind of not being quite right, right? As things kind of just happen. Those things just kind of happen, those relationships, but they're not necessarily coming from like a proactive place. Now, it is true that you can have connection without needing to know what you want, right? It's not like you need to go out and be like, oh, what do I want today? It's like no, you can just kind of meet people and vibe and it goes somewhere, right? It can be spontaneous. There is the art of spontaneity in this life, and that can be really fun, right? Like you just kind of maybe you're on a holiday or you're out and you just cross eyes with someone and whatever, and you don't need to know like necessarily are they exactly what you want on your list, etc. Um, but the reason I say this is very important is because a lot of us, we don't really have much intentions when we're kind of going about this, right? And so what can happen is things can just randomly occur or not occur, and you're not going to end up with someone who you truly resonate with because you haven't really thought out that process of what it is that you want around you, okay? Um, and really think about it. There's a lot of things that you can connect to in life that aren't good for you, that they're not chosen. Look at a lot of things, maybe advertisements or things being sold to you. You might for a second be like, wow, like you might kind of feel, oh, I resonate with this, but it's like, do you really? Or is it just a matter of, familiarity and whatnot? Okay. Um, just look at a lot of people, what inspired me is look at a lot of people um, around you, right? Look at a lot of people around you and think, sometimes you see people with others, with a girlfriend, with a boyfriend, and no dissing, okay? But you really think like, did this person like, did they talk to them knowing what they wanted truly? Like, did this man look into this woman's eyes, really trying to look at it and seeing how they fit? Or is it just a matter of, you know, need? Okay. Now, when we use this word want, um, seeing what you want, it's not like what you want is in desire, right? Like what do you desire? Like I desire a naked woman with beautiful bosom, etc., beautiful body. Okay, that can be a thing, but want is something that transcends need, and it has to be. It's more rational. It's more cool-headed. Okay, it's less emotional, and you could argue that although we don't choose necessarily 100% rationally, if we choose a girl to be with, or we choose someone to go on a date with, um, I think a lot of men are they're literally just acting from their feelings, right? And we criticize women for acting for their feelings, but we do as well. And what are these feelings? These feelings are really, um, fear, desperation. That desperation is a feeling in a way, right? Um, kind of, it can be, you're acting from like a belief right? I believe a feeling about yourself, like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm not going to get anyone better, right? That can be kind of like feeling slash a belief, um, or whatever, like, something like um, avoiding discomfort, right? I think a lot of people, a lot of guys, they're with a woman now, when you see them to avoid discomfort, they're not choosing that woman, they're not actually going for what they want. And what they want isn't the woman, they want the discomfort to go away. They want this sense of kind of warmth, etc. Right? Which I've experienced before, and it's nice. But you know, when push comes to shove, um, when it comes to kind of the judgment day, when you look at your life and you look at your decisions, it's like you have to like be able to respect your choices, right? And be like, I didn't just pick that out of the things I said before. So when when you do pick out of this sense of choosing what you want and knowing what you want, things have a different quality to them, okay? When you do things, when you're trying to connect from an impulsive place or like a very sentimental place, even like maybe something like a romantic place, um, it's just not very masculine. It's not very grounded, and the whole time you're with that person, even if it's like a first date, it's just gonna have like a weird frame, and you want to be having like a nice cohesive frame with other people, right? Um, so in terms of connecting, with obviously true connection, it's quite an esoteric channel, not like the usual dating channels. Um, but you have to think connecting is like connecting with, for instance, you're not just connecting with the person, you're connecting with the lifestyle, you're connecting with like habits, and their habits, their language, right? Their emotions. So you have to really think like write down on a piece of paper if you want to have this intentional way of connecting is like what don't you want to connect with, right? It's like um so do you want to connect with like certain energy, right? Like alcoholic energy or like chaotic energy or I don't know, like a certain um form of superiority or inferiority. It's like there's so many different things which we overlook when we're just trying to very quickly ease our like discomfort in life, right? Our fear of being alone, fear of whatever. And so if you're a guy who's, even if you're successful, maybe you know how to talk to girls, it's like it's still quite amateur. And for the guys that just don't talk to any girls or anything, this is something you can think about when you're more kind of into it. Um, but as you get older, you realize like, you know, a date, whether it's a date or conversation, these are all opportunities for you to really, um, if you can't do it right away, is like you're seeing, like you're kind of evaluating and feeling out that person's energy, and they're feeling out your kind of energy too. But the more you kind of know, like at the back of your mind, you have these things of like um, what it is you're okay with and not okay with, then it's going to be a lot smoother for you to get to that place where you find someone who you feel generally happy with and synchronize with and all those things. So that makes sense. Um, because you look a lot of stuff around you and you think people have chosen their even their wife or their girlfriend, and like they really haven't, okay? People don't really choose in the way you imagine. It's just, I guess it's a very impulsive society. And although we do have a sense of free will, you do have to kind of add on top of these things a sense of kind of wisdom, right? A wisdom to picking out who you want to interact with and who you want to spend your time with. So yeah, have a think about that. Let me know if there's anything, if you've just kind of, have you ever been in those phases where you're just bumping into people, but you're just doing it passively? Because true connection, we're about developing an active stance towards, you know, meeting girls, and because otherwise, if you do meet people, from the point of view of just you wanting and not necessarily like wanting in terms of desiring and not actually wanting, choosing, then you're gonna end up probably with a girl or on a date with someone who you don't really know why you want them. You don't really want them. You don't know why you truly like talking to them, but you're just kind of doing it because it's just kind of like a distraction, or it's just a way to pass time or whatever. It's not like a higher order decision. Okay, so yeah, that's just some philosophy for you. Um, yeah, stick around for the channel, guys. If you're, it doesn't matter if you're experienced or new. Um, think about those things.